Hello students, hope you are fine and studying regularly at home. So students, in the previous video we heard that expansion occurred on two fronts. Can you name those fronts? Yes, you are right, external and internal frontiers. So let us first understand internal frontier. Children, in the previous video, I have told you that sultans made garrison towns far from each other, right? So the gap between two garrison towns was called internal frontier. In other words, we can say that it was the hinterland. Therefore, sultans tried to consolidate the hinterlands. Now you all must be thinking that what did they do to consolidate this area? Let me tell you. Firstly, the forests were cleared in the Ganga Yamuna Doab. Now, what is Ganga Yamuna Doab? It is basically the area between Ganga and Yamuna. So, it can be said that the forests between Ganga and Yamuna were cleared, right? Because of clearing of forest, the problem of communication was resolved. Secondly, hunter-gatherers and nomads were expelled from their habitat. Why? Because these people usually lived in forests and they were about to clear the forest. So, in order to do so, they were expelled. Now the whole area came into control of Delhi sultans. Right? Children, this whole land was given to peasants and agriculture was encouraged so that they could get taxes or revenue, and also the food supply increased, due to which they could feed their army in bulk. Now let us move on to external frontier. What is external frontier? It is the land apart from the Sultanate which was not under the Delhi Sultans. Now from land apart from the Sultanate, I mean southern area. In southern India, Alauddin Khilji started military expeditions and took many areas in control. Further, more expansion was done by Muhammad Tughlaq. In this period, Sultanate armies captured elephants, horses, slaves, and carried away precious metals. So, basically, Delhi Sultans expanded for about 150 years.